FBI as it goes ahead and hunts for Hezbollah here. Arsalan Iftikhar is one of them. He is the National Legal Director of the Council on American Islamic Relations. When you hear stories like this, Arsalan, that there might be Hezbollah sympathizers here in the United States planning God knows what here in the United States, what does the Muslim community think of that?
Well, first of all, Neil, to clarify a little bit about what Michelle was saying, the FBI has said in a recent Reuters article that there is no credible intelligence whatsoever to indicate that Hezbollah would be planning any sort of operations here in the U.S. Now, having said that, it's important to keep in mind that the American Muslim and Arab community of over 7 million strong have worked in concert with the FBI since 9/11 in order to help better community police our communities and also to fight against hate crimes which have been rising against Muslim and Arab Americans.
All right, so when you talk to Muslim Americans and they hear this growing angst about extremist intentions, whether here or over there, what's their reaction? Do they shout out against it? Do they fear there are going to be reprisals against them? What?
Well, all of the above, Neil. You know, ever since 9/11, the American, Muslim, Arab, and South Asian communities have vociferously condemned terrorism in all of its forms. In fact, the recent arrest in Toronto, Canada, of the 17 suspects linked to terrorism was actually brought to the CIS attention by an imam in Toronto, by a Muslim himself. And so, you know, the message that we're trying to send out is that the American Muslim and Arab community are lawful, abiding, peaceful citizens who are as invested in protecting the national security of our country as any other.
But Arsalan, could I ask you this? You mentioned that most are law-abiding, decent citizens. Well, I would agree with that. But when this issue about speaking vociferously against the extremist elements, with the exception of a few, and maybe some imams here and there, I have not seen that, or if I missed that.
Neil, I've been on your show numerous times. I've been all around the world. All Muslim organizations all around the world have stood up very strongly and said that Islam condemns terrorism in all of its forms, whether it's by a person, group, or state actor. It's something that is completely against any teaching of Islam, and you know, it's against the teaching of any faith. And so that's why, you know, we want to distance ourselves from the acts of criminals, but also, you know, the Muslim and Arab community in the United States should not be cast as guilty or suspicious just because they happen to share the same racial or religious features as someone else.
All right, Arsalan, we'll see where this goes. Arsalan Iftikhar in Washington, good having you on.
Thank you, Neil.
Well, Israel flexing its muscle along Lebanon.